So, real world experience is something that excites almost every next human being, and especially when it comes to professionals like us. So, in alignment with this beautiful school of thought, get ready to experience the unexperienced till now, and I can totally assure you that by the end of the session, you all will be enchanted by the beauty of real world experience and insightful practical knowledge. So, greetings to one and all present here, myself Pooja Kumari, and I'll be introducing the host of the session, Ashwini Kumar, and another inspiring CA final student. Currently, he is pursuing his articleship in the prestigious domain of valuation. And the most inspiring thing about him is he has done about more than 40 valuations in entire 1 year. So, your enthusiastic host for the day will take you on an exciting journey where you all will be witnessing four seasoned experienced professionals with hands on experience in industrial training. So, hope you all are ready to discover the value of hands on experience and participating in an interactive session. So, with this, I'll hand over to Ashwini. The session is all yours.
Thank you, Pooja. What a lovely co-host. So, hope you all are ready. With this, let's welcome our first guest speaker of the day, Kavita Rayal, an accomplished professional with expertise in domain of internal audit. Right, Kavita? And having worked with, am I audible? Yeah. So yeah, having worked with RSM and currently at HSBC, Kavita will share her practical knowledge and navigating CA industrial training while highlighting two things: key challenges and opportunities that she has faced during her industrial training hunt. So passing on the light to Kavita Rayal, the next voice will be hers.
Thank you so much for such wonderful introduction of me. So, hey everyone. Currently I am doing my industrial training at HSBC, and previously I was associated with RSM India in internal audit domain. So I completed my 18 months of articleship there, and after completing 18 months, 5 days, I shifted to industry. So I was like, I don't want to miss one day also of industrial training. 18 months. It is like by ICI, it is told that 18 months for articleship, 18 months for industrial training. So after 18 months completed, I shifted to industry. So if I talk about like my experience while searching for industrial training, it was really very not very easy, because what we think when we start, we think it is like, okay, 2 days we applied, 3 days we applied, 5 days, 10 days. After that also we do not receive any kind of in the sense like 3 months notice period will be there for articles. Like if we are doing articleship, we should say to our principal 3 months prior that we are going to go for industrial training. So it was like last day of my articleship, like after completing 3 months of notice period, I got to know that okay, finally I am assured that I am going to get industrial training, I am going to be placed. So it was
Hello.
okay. Yeah. So after that it was like, if I start like at first when I gave interview as an article trainee, like in form they asked me like, do you want to go for industrial training further? And like honestly, I was not knowing what is industrial training also when I joined articleship. So it was like they asked me, Ki Kavita, do you want to go for industrial training later on? I was like, okay, he's telling something. Okay, I said, I'm not sure now, but I will see further. So, like, I cannot say no also directly. So later on, then 18 months completed, and then my one of my friend, she also started like, okay, we will go for industrial training. Then I started looking for it. Okay, companies are there and they are looking for industrial training. I searched about it, how to approach them, how to like apply, because on the one hand, like it was applying for articleship was also difficult. Then again, in 18 months only, we need to prepare for interviews, we need to apply again. then it was like, at first I felt little bit it will be difficult, but later on, like after completing my 15 months, me and my friend started searching for industrial training. We were not knowing much that what is industrial training or what domains are available at that time. Really, now I feel this session is going to help many people, because at that moment we were feeling that someone should be there who share their own experience, like from very scratch to, okay, we do get videos on YouTube that do this, but there are multiple things which they also cannot tell, or we can discuss it one to one only, we can understand some questions, some queries. So this is really, it is a very good initiative by you, so it is going to help many students. So I would like to tell few of the mistakes which we make during industrial training, or I would like to mention some of the points which are really very necessary to do. So if I talk about it, some first point is always be prepared for the interview. Don't go for interview before that. So I was like, okay, I thought at the first moment, okay, I want to go for industrial training, and luckily I got some person in Goldman, one of the, like, people want to go for that company and that bank. So what happened, I was like, someone got me, and someone like, they are going to refer me. He did refer, and then I was like, okay, I'm going. The next evening only I got the call, Kavita, are you ready for the interview? Tomorrow is your interview. I was like, okay, fine. Then I was not knowing anything about the role, I was not knowing anything about what to prepare. So many things will be there, like okay, I searched on the YouTube videos, and then I got to know, okay, fine, you mainly prepare about your articleship experience, then they will be asking around that only. So okay, fine. I went, like, first question and last question should be always ready. So first question was like, tell me about yourself, and the last question, any experience you have in industrial training. So first round of interview I cleared, but it was like when the thing which I missed there is like not knowing about the role. uh, i I got the mail from the HR for the interview schedule, and they will mention the role there. I just read the role name, but I didn't read about the role, like what is it, what we are going to do. We should always search about that, or we should ask the people on the LinkedIn or anyone who is working there
Like
already in that role.
we are
Yeah.
willing to know about the file that it is
Yeah,
going.
profile is it is very necessary. So this is the one thing, you should always be prepared for the interview. Basic question you should be prepared, and then you should be knowing the profile also. And then one thing is patience, as you already know that finally I got to know on the last of the 3 months. I like, from there were moments when I was feeling, no, I can't get, if I get
Hmm.
small company also I will go. That was
Right.
the thought in between. So like, but again, like, my friends also helped me through that, like, okay, don't feel, still there are months, because at last what pressure will come, we have resigned from here also, we are not going to get the company also, and we will be
Right.
sitting on home. But
Right. Right. Right.
at the last moment, then okay, fine, ऐसे करते करते it is not, many people will be having doubt that it is only about the references. No, it is not only about the references. How you work on your LinkedIn profile, and then how do you approach to those people. It is not many posts we will be
Okay.
seeing on
So
LinkedIn.
a LinkedIn profile will also help us to get industry training.
Exactly, my articleship I got through LinkedIn only.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it is really very necessary to build your LinkedIn profile. And one more thing I would say, that apply through different sources. Like, it is not only LinkedIn. It
Hmm.
should be because what I was doing during my articleship was like, I thought only LinkedIn will help.
Hmm.
Whatever groups are there, we should join the groups. Really, many groups are there for industrial training. So they will be posting about the different jobs with the mail IDs, with the contact numbers. So different things are there. So you go for the groups. If whatever groups are there, see industrial training, you join them.
Right.
If any of the people who are working in the companies and you find them on the LinkedIn, you go and text them. Many times it is very necessary to you go in a structured way also.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like you go and please refer me. No one is going to do
Right.
that.
Right.
Many
Right.
posts we see in LinkedIn also that they will be mentioning that how we get the messages. We just
Mm.
ignore them. So it is very
Right.
necessary to go structure wise. So this all, and patience is the key. That's all I would like to
Right.
say.
And yes, Kavita, one more question that
Yeah.
I'd like to ask. But like currently you are working in HSBC, but
Yeah.
what's your profile?
Okay, so
Like
let me tell you about that. So it is
uh,
in Global Trade
I'm
Solutions.
very curious to know about that profile. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is like Global Trade Solutions. So the name it is like that. So how it works, like the structure is like the regional manager is there. Then under them BDMs will come, like business development managers. So it is mainly, it is a bank, so their services will be like loan or any kind of other services which in the terms of money they will be giving. So it is mainly my role.
Hello.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So what was the thing? It is in the global trade solution. So here the thing comes like globally whatever businesses are happening in that
mm,
businesses whatever in whatever way the money solution they need. So
okay.
in that HSBC is helping. So in that now it comes to the regional manager who will be pitching directly to the customer.
Mhm.
Okay, so then it comes the BDMs in any other ways, they will also be helping them. So it will, the customer is onboarded and then the BDMs is working or on another customer they will be working. Then here I have joined since 2 months only.
Mhm.
So at the starting, like it will be with very basic work like collecting the data, following
Okay.
up. So it will be like we look up karo, copy paste karo, that type of
Right.
work
Right.
also at starting it will come. So like, but when I talked with the girl who was working previously as an intern, so like I got to know that okay, she also started with the very basic work of copy paste or VLOOKUP, but it went to the level also that they are going directly to the customers as well, to the client meeting as well. So it depends like how uh, it mostly depends on the how we perform as well. And then it is like in starting in whichever company you go, it will be with the
Mm.
very basic work because they cannot give you low ये काम करके दे दो जो मेन काम है,
Right.
they can't do
Right.
it.
Right.
In CA firm also when we started it was all basic
Mm.
work at starting.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
this is
Okay.
all about.
So So,
Yeah.
Kavita, that's all. But we have some informal questions. Like
Yeah.
stipend कितना है?
Stipend, okay, I think because these all big companies already has shared or many people might know. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I so here in HSBC it is 40,000.
Okay, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And further, the last thing, if someone is preparing for industrial training, so उसको पढ़ना क्या क्या चाहिए, right? In
हाँ.
studies. Yeah,
सो स्टडीज में बेसिकली इफ आई टेल मेरा एक सब्जेक्ट फाइनल्स का अगर सब्जेक्ट बोलूँ तो एएफएम आई वाज डूइंग क्लासेस ऑफ एएफएम. सो derivatives, that chapter I didn't reach
yeah,
only.
derivatives.
I didn't reach. So
Okay,
I was like just basic I started, but it is not always about the final classes. It is about the mainly is about your articleship, how well you can explain your articleship experience, like whatever observation you got or whatever big thing you worked on or small whatever. My interviewer he asked me how to save text. So this is very basic question. This does not come only
okay.
from the books of CA final.
Mhm.
It is like I
Right.
am working in such I am working at this place. Now you tell me how to save taxes. They asked me the question that which and all like new that time that budget came no. Re- During that time when I was preparing, that time only budget was released. So they were asking me question about the budget as well, that what was told. what changes has come in the income tax. So
Right.
I think it is not only about the final classes, but really, if you talk, it is like you can go through the very like many materials will be available on the Google or on YouTube. That with that if you try, I think if you study those and basic should be clear.
So, Kavita, last thing is that so the question that the interview would ask that related to just about the profile or the questions are general.
And HP and Flipkart, so HSBC. So it was like when I see the role, some questions are basic questions like journal entries they will ask.
Okay.
Yeah, journal entries also they will ask, and also about the role depending, like I gave the interview at Flipkart, they were asking me about the supply chain like supply chain, how like how do you think that in Flipkart that supply will, like whatever business how it works, so you should
Okay.
understand the business as well. I gave interview at Navi, so so it was having like that person, he asked me the question about their company and I didn't research anything about Navi. I just
Okay.
they they will send one PDF to us like this and all things are there. You need like about their company they will send, but
Yes.
I
Yes.
just read that, but I didn't read about product. That person is asking me, okay, you tell me which type of insurance we are providing, what
Hmm.
and all products we have. So I didn't, then that person only told me you would have downloaded our app, you would have seen
Okay.
that, and you would have understand, because when you are going to company you should understand about that company.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
like it depends on person to person also, how like there were people who were like not asking so difficult question. In HP it was not, I will not say that much difficult, but it is like cash flow, how we will increase our cash flows. So these all questions you can get on Google or on YouTube. Many people will be sharing these questions. So I went through all the questions from very basics to very advanced.
Okay. Okay. That's very nice.
Yeah.
So that's very nice, Kavita. What's an insightful beginning of the session.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kavita, for your
Thank,
valuable advice and
thank.
wonderful guidance also.
Yeah,
Right.
we will more in the discussion session we will answer all the questions. We'll try
Right.
to.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So, guys, moving ahead, next we have Deepanshu Gupta with us, and another motivating and aspiring professional. And he has done his articleship in statutory audit domain from one of the renowned firm ASA, and currently working as an industrial trainee in one of the leading banks. Yes, guys, you heard it right, Axis Bank. And let's welcome Deepanshu Gupta to share his beautiful journey and valuable guidance with everyone in next couple of minutes. So yeah, Dipanshu, the audience is yours.
Hi, Ashwani and everyone. I hope this session will help our fellow mates.
Right.
So, my name is
So Dipanshu,
Deepanshu
yes,
Gupta,
yeah.
as you have
Let's
already
start.
told. So, I am currently pursuing my industrial training from Axis Bank, and it has been 3 months since I have joined Axis Bank, and it is a wonderful experience till now. So, starting with profile, I am working in data analyst domain where I get basically works of MIS management and preparation of PPT. Till now, I have got that. And
Mhm.
regarding, see, I have given various interviews in Axis Bank, HSBC, Navi, and in UBS, Juniper Network,
Okay.
and many other firms which I don't remember. So,
Okay.
firstly, for if you want to, there are various basic questions whether you should join industrial training or not. So it
Right.
depends on you. If as per me, is if you want to go and practice after means after doing CA, then you should
Mhm.
not pursue industrial training. But if you are of a opinion that you should join a corporate after this after becoming CA, or if you have a doubt
Right.
whether you should go in CA firm on corporate, then you should definitely try joining industrial training so that you can get a exposure of both firm and company. So in after becoming CA, you can decide whether to go with a firm or with corporates. So it will definitely help you. And regarding reference, so I have no reference
Right.
in particularly. Means you have to be active on LinkedIn. Means send connect. If
Okay.
you suppose if you have find any vacancy on any company like UBS, try connecting as
Right.
many people as you can connect on LinkedIn, and first try to
Okay.
find that whether there is any people who is doing who is working there who was from your from previously. If you filter out that,
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
suppose
So that we can connect them personally, right?
uh, yes, so if he was
Okay.
from ASA, if anyone was working from ASA in UBS, if I will tell him that I am also working in ASA and currently you are working in UBS, if I can find someone link people who can link with me with him directly, then he will
Mhm.
surely help me. But
Okay.
indirect, if we ask in DM, there are very few chances they will reply, but people will reply. Means connect,
Right.
if we can send request to 50 people, suppose
Right.
30 people accept it, we send message to them. Only
Yes.
mostly there are rare chances 5 or 10 will reply, and after
Okay.
replying, 3 to 4 will refer you. But take the
Okay.
chances. There is nothing to lose, and it will definitely help. Means there we have
Right.
nothing to, and in this way we can get reference. Means people say I don't have reference, that why I am not applying for industrial training. So
Right.
means LinkedIn is a free platform, connect with people. There is no price for sending connection request, so send
Yes.
as many people. So and regarding if you want to go on top firm like UBS, Goldman Sachs, and there are many Morgan Stanley, you should apply means before 2 months, means between
Okay.
2 to 3 months, because their joining procedure is long. For UBS, there is a 1 month gap. There should be 1 month gap between your last date, means your selection when you get a job letter, job offer, and your date of
Mhm.
joining. So you should apply between 2 to 3 months when means
Okay.
when your last date. So and for mid size,
Like Dipanshu, if I am summarizing that, so when we are dropping our that notice period, we should start applying, right?
yes, you we
Yes.
should apply. Yeah. So apart from top firm, if we want to go in other firms, means other
Right.
companies, so we
Right.
should try after 1 to 2 months, because they basically require immediate joining.
Mm-hmm.
And that is about reference and how to which company from when to apply and how to apply. And
Right. So Dipanshu, one thing, एक बार आप बताओगे अपने इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में, right?
so interview experience, there are means basically when I talk, there may be various levels. Like in articleship, there are maybe chances that we have one interview or two interview. But in corporates, there may be chances that 3 or 4 level of interview may be there.
Yes.
But there, as per me, there are minimum two interviews that as I have experienced. And
Mm-hmm.
so in first they basically see whether they check means there will be various level in which they will check your technical skills, and
Okay.
in other another level they will check whether you are fit for your organization or not. And
Mm-hmm.
then personality test. In Navi, specifically talking about Navi, there are firstly two interviews. First, they take a general means how is the candidate, whether they fit for the organization or not. In
Mm-hmm.
second, they see whether he has technical knowledge or not. फिर in third,
Okay.
they conduct physical interview. Unlike means
Right.
many corporate organize a physical means online interview, but Navi organize a physical interview for which we have
Okay.
to go Bangalore. So
Okay.
I have only seen Navi means conducting physical interview, that is at the last level. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, I have clear means interview of Navi, but their vacancy was closed, so
Okay.
couldn't.
So you have to drop that.
So
Right.
and
So Dipanshu, same question that I have asked from Kavita. Stipend कितना है?
Stipend is 30,000 and
30,000. Okay, but I think Kavita is Kavita. Where are you from? Like currently working in.
Currently, I am in Chennai location.
Okay, okay, Chennai location.
Yeah,
So and you are getting 40,000, right? And as I know, Dipanshu is from Delhi, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And last question, Dipanshu, the same question that I've asked from Kavita, कि पढ़ना क्या क्या है, right, for interview.
तो पहले तो जो भी है व्हाट यू हैव रिटन ऑन सीवी स्टडी दैट गो थ्रू दैट व्हाट यू हैव रिटन इन योर एक्सपीरियंस बिकॉज दे मे आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दैट suppose if you have written 10 points have a grasp on that means at least have 4 to 5 lines that you can speak about it and there is basic question tell me about yourself be
Okay,
prepared for it means this can divert your interview means what you are saying the
mm,
last word you have said in about tell me about yourself maybe the second question of the interview so be
mm,
prepared for that so means dive your interview in a way that you want means
okay,
say the words that you want him to question about means
okay,
if someone is asking about anything means someone is asking about a lease and
right,
he is asking means he has asked you about leases and you talked
right,
about this say lease of plant and machinery so
right,
don't means don't point out any more technical and complex point because he will
right,
ask from there and you will get confused and it will
right,
just drop your confidence so
right,
and
right, right,
yeah, so it means I believe that interview we are the one who dive the interview means give direction to interview. Interview will never ask question what we have not said. He will only ask question from CV or what we have said in our interview. I rarely found anyone who means ask a question from randomly means he will
okay,
ask but it will be defined like um, you have to go through job profile means what is the job role that you have to perform in your in that organization go
mm,
through that because he will definitely ask from it because it is what for what he is hiring you means if you are not having knowledge about for what you will going to work there then he will consider that if he is not interested in job role then it may be possible he will be not be interested in that organization too
right, 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 right,
and there are some basic questions of FR that they mostly ask is India's 115 and
okay.
India's
That
116
for contract
revenue
revenue,
from
right?
yeah
Revenue from contract, right, right, right.
second is
And
116
okay,
and
leases.
leases they can also ask that what are the recent amendments in 116
Okay, mm,
yeah
that's really
because
nice.
there are some changes in past they may ask that and
Right.
India's 109. These are the topmost Indias from which they can ask question mostly. And regarding SFM, very few companies will ask question from there, which were offering service relating to the derivatives or anything. So they will mostly ask what is derivative and types of derivative and
Mm,
valuation of they may ask question from valuation how the k is valuated how bond is valuation how valuation of bond is done so they may ask a question from there.
okay, okay. So guys, I am telling you, these, both the speaker have tell us about regarding the derivatives, and I am telling you guys, our last speaker Bharat Rajatia is expert in that. So you will get to know about that. So okay, Dipanshu, that's very nice talking to you, and
Same
you have
here.
shared like a wonderful guidance with our participant. So guys, moving ahead, introducing our next speaker. So, guys, imagine achieving CA success and leading at National Stock Exchange. Yes, guys, I'm talking about CA Ankush Danuka, another example of brilliance and excellence. And having done his industrial training at BPCL, yes, yes, having done his industrial training at BPCL under the domain of financial planning and analysis, he is now associated with National Stock Exchange, and he is skilled public speaker beside being a student mentor also. So yes, Ankush.
Thank you so much for your kind words. First of all, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're clearly audible.
Yeah. So can we have this in question answer format? That would be better, because if I go in a monotonous tone, that will be all storytelling. So I don't want to get into that.
Right, right, right. So, Ankush, just start with your introduction.
So I guess you've given a wonderful introduction. So me giving
Right,
an introduction, so it's fine. Yeah.
right.
So
We did a
I'm a
lot of
chartered
homework on
accountant.
that. Right.
Yeah. So I'm a
Yeah.
chartered accountant, as Ashwini said, and currently I'm in Mumbai working at National Stock Exchange uh, under the management trainee role. So the work is interesting. Initially, it was not looking so interesting, but the work is interesting. That is one thing. And I've been part of Vikasa, so that is the reason why I have friends across India and maybe abroad as
Right,
well. So,
right, 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 right,
so that was one thing you missed out. So Vikasa is that platform which which has given a lot of things to me.
right.
Matter of fact, yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Ankush, like, let's tell me something about your profile, that the work you have done in BPCL. Like, what type of work you have learned there.
So yeah, so BPCL being a manufacturing entity, so your maximum works lies across, so basically Microsoft Excel and Word and stuff. This is a prerequisite wherever you go, with articleship, industrial training. So that is one thing. Then SAP is one more thing which you get good exposure into. Being a manufacturing entity, manufacturing basically being, so they import crude oil, and then various forms of filtering and stuff is done, and then the end product comes in. So my work was under the LPG SBU. So I was in FP&A. So say for example, my work would be one, two, three. If I would have to say, so you have quarter closing, annual closing. So which is the peak time? So you close your. So how it happens is your books gets closed monthly. Then so that is the internal way of checking, having control. Then
Right.
quarterly, which obviously you have to publish your results to SEBI, with being a listed company. So that's one thing. And then annual closing is the measure thing. And BPCL being capital intensive business, because they are into oil and this, so there are a lot of infrastructure. So
Mm,
capitalization is also one of the major function which happens, and there are a lot of tasks surrounding your. So we do not do compliance, but we have to check that compliance and everything has been done properly. So say for example, be it customs to GST. So you get a broad exposure how a finance function
okay.
works, and a lot of things. So it is more process oriented. So say for example, I got a good exposure. TDS 194Q and 2061H came back then. So now giving reference to BPCL, so they what they do is so LPG SBU में या whatever business they deal in. So
Mm,
distributor को before even the product, say LPG or whatever product, petrol, before even the tanker goes out of the what your plant, the 100% money is been taken advance. So it's 100% business. So
okay.
now they had this challenge when 2061H came ki 0.1% they have to but they cannot implement in such a way because it becomes very complex. So we with our team were able to streamline that process, and how, because now we were manually passing on the credit, so that was taking, average waiting period was around 9 months to 1 year. So we brought it down to say 40 days, 45 days. So once your return and everything is filed, and so all this process. So the benefit of doing industrial training and under these domains is uh, you get opportunity to do some stuff which may normally not be available. Depends
Mm,
again on which function you are being allotted. So business finance, FP&A rules are comparatively good, but maybe monotonous sometimes because it's more process oriented. So once you know
okay.
the process, so
Mm,
the learning curves, कि 1-2 साल के अलावा you cannot be,
Okay.
जैसे 5-6 साल you cannot stick to this
So
domain because it becomes very
हाँ.
monotonous.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
starting में मजा आता है FP&A में, and then उसके बाद like
It
monotonous.
depend करता है again organization to organization से PAC और ये सब setup में the problem what happens is so a lot of things are not in your hand. So
Yeah. Yeah.
depends if you get few tasks. There are a lot of interesting stuff which may happen, but it is very subjective. So in
Mm,
generally, but
mm.
these startups and stuff, it's better off FP&A in startups. Say your physics wala Zepto and this.
Okay.
Here it will be interesting because they're laying down the process, Abhi.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've also heard from my some of friends that they are working at this type of startup and that, but most of students are concerned about that they are not getting the roles at big firms. So, as per your opinion, what they should prefer?
Can you rephrase your question? I did not get it.
Right, right. So, if we have two options, right? One is
Yeah.
we are getting a role in startup, and another one we are getting role in any big corporates. So,
Hmm.
as you told that we can learn a lot in startups,
Correct.
right? So, what should we prefer?
Preference should always be I feel, so
Mm,
if I am in that shoe you're asking, I would definitely go for a startup rather than a organization which has already been built. Because
mm,
again depends on the role and what exactly there are a lot of parameters attached, what location it is, what is exact work and if
right.
things being constant, say it is business finance, say a Zepto or physics wala or tomorrow NSC. So I will prefer physics wala or say Zepto because you will
Mm,
get to do a lot of stuff prerequisitely कि आपका analytics and a lot of stuff can be valued over there.
right.
And where in a bigger organization, it's difficult to push them. So whatever inputs you provide and whatever things are there, so it's very difficult to push through.
Okay. So, Ankush, can you just summarize your journey from articleship till now in a shorter way? Like when you have started articleship, then when you got into BPCL, and then when you got NSC.
So yeah, so post my CA inter when I cleared one group and unfortunately due to some health concerns I was not able to clear both groups of CA inter at once.
Hmm,
So then then COVID and stuff was also there. So then I
hmm.
started my articleships. I wanted to move out, but lockdown and everything and stuff were there in place.
And you
So
have done your articleship from where? Like,
yeah,
can
so it's a boutique firm in Visakhapatnam. So they have good amount of
okay,
business in Andhra Pradesh and
okay,
Telangana. So which is
okay,
my hometown apparently.
hmm,
Yeah. So yeah. So where was my kanta? Just a second.
like
So
Vitasha,
post that,
Vitasha.
yeah. So I started my articleship there, and then immediately next attempt I cleared my group two also. But then I wanted to move out, but COVID and
Hmm,
stuff was pertaining. So I
hmm,
completed my articleship was majority around audit. So it was a mixed kind of work. So a little bit of
okay,
taxation as well and other stuff as well. Even companies, ROC filing and stuff as well. But majority was audit. It was not
hmm,
such a pleasant experience, I believe. So it was becoming monotonous for me as far as I thought
okay,
ki whatever the learning curve was there was done and dusted, and I wanted to initially move out. So that was also there. So there's a very interesting story why I always, I'm very obsessed with ICAI.
right,
So
right.
industrial training was not something which was in my radar. So you have this
Hmm,
national talent search which is going on, so which is
yeah,
अभी भी चल रहा है.
yeah.
So उस समय तो
अभी
नया
भी
नया
चल
आया
रहा है,
था.
right.
So yeah, so
Hmm,
you had a debate competition, so which I
right.
won at Vizag. So and then I was at Chennai. So there were few
Hmm,
friends who were doing industrial training, say one was at IBM and so a lot of friends. So we got connected very well. And
hmm,
I guess out of them, 10, 15 people I still know. Most of them then मतलब वहां से सीख के we went for industrial training post that.
right.
So there I got, what exactly is industrial training. So I did not have friends back then. मेरा इतना अच्छा network भी नहीं था. I had very few friends. So that excited me. So that was around January 2022 something, starting May. And then
Okay.
26th of January, I remember I decided कि I have to
Hmm,
join industrial training. अब तो बहुत हो गया. Now
okay,
that's decided. So
okay.
talking with family and lot of other things. do happen because Vizag mein to you will not get industrial training, that is for sure. So you have to move out.
Okay.
So now location was not such a big barrier. So again, BPCL was an accident for me because I started on 26th January and 3rd February I had an offer of BPCL in hand, and I was like, there are a lot of other factors which I came to know post I joining industrial training. So I'll come to that later. So then, so I had a word with so everything got clear. So BPCL, I was reluctant to say yes, but then I said, considering a lot of factors, and बहुत जल्दी मिल गया था. And then I had a word with
Right.
my firm as well. So they were ready. And my date of joining, they wanted me to join as soon as possible. So Feb mid. So 20th,
Okay.
25th Feb was my joining. And I have, all my formalities were pending, but my Touchwood partner was very nice. So he gave me all the clearance and stuff, handover and stuff happened. And
Yes. So,
20th, I
all the things
was on the
happened within a month, right?
not even month, 15 days,
26.
15 to 20 days.
Okay. But you joined on 20, so I think 25th Feb.
So 20th, I started from Visakhapatnam. So because it takes
Okay.
a long time to reach Mumbai. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And अभी तो ऐसा नहीं है कि CA, so you have your own money that you can travel anywhere you want. So
Yes, yes, yes.
it was a
Right.
tough decision, but see, a lot of things were there. Say, for example, the benefits of PSU being people believe work-life balance, but it may not be necessary. My department was not because I was the only industrial training in the LPG segment. And then your final gets deferred a lot of times. That's also a negative which happens.
Mm.
Stipend was decent. So you were asking other people also. So
Yes,
it was
yes.
around 20. So now they have increased, I guess, around to 25 or something, whatever.
Like
But
I would
around
like to ask,
20s.
I would like to ask three things. Like, what's
Yep.
your stipend at articleship? Then what's your stipend at industrial training? And what's your current package?
So see, article ship mein to Visakhapatnam is a very small place. So it was 3, 4, and 5,000. So 3,000, four
Okay.
thousand, 5,000, and then for 3 years each. And then you're coming to industrial training, it was 18,000. Apparently, अभी थोड़ा बढ़ा दिया है, शायद 25 के आसपास है, what I've
Okay.
heard. And then NSC, it's very decent, मतलब industry standards. You can say around,
Yes.
around 11 LPA. So let me
Okay.
put it because it's not always correct to put in the figures, but you can say 10 plus 1, maybe 10 to 11. So based on other
Yeah.
parameters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got the idea. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's how it was.
Yeah. And lastly, Ankush, can you just explain us like what the student should focus like while searching industrial training? Like you have a lot of experience of that till now.
Okay. So, see, for the first thing, I believe, like me, so I do not have good references back then, not now, but then, so LinkedIn is one of the platform again, obsession of LinkedIn. So
Okay.
I've been active on LinkedIn for 2 years, more than 2 years. So by the time I started my industrial training, so
Mhm.
it was not directly, LinkedIn did not directly help me, but in a way helped me get this BPCL as well. And I've seen a lot of friends also getting industrial training through LinkedIn. So that's one. And again, Naukri is also a platform where, I've not seen students
Okay.
specifically. As a CA, so I've
Yeah.
seen awareness is there. So even Naukri has a lot of industrial training postings, which generally students miss out. And yeah, and also I believe references are not always, you do require references, but a lot of things it's on this destiny. So unless you work hard on
Okay.
yourself, I believe it doesn't happen. So it's all on your work hard work what you're doing. And I have seen people, and you have to be patient. So my case was different, but again, so, PSU do not get a subsequent. So post qualification PSU will not take you in. So I did not have that idea because at that point of time I did not have that guidance. But take it. So you have to be patient. And again, here I wanted to stay, even more patient to join some other company stuff. So I wanted to because choices. Who does not like
Right.
choices? वैसा वाला बात है. But
Mhm.
then so whatever check boxes होते हैं, so most of
Right.
them were getting ticked. So
Mm.
BPCL के case में, so then I joined वहाँ पर. So so LinkedIn is one of the, Naukri is one of the platform. Then you can connect.
Right.
People are ready to help.
Mm.
So you can send, people don't, tend to उतना spirit भी नहीं दिखाते कि to text people are working there properly. So
Right.
it has to be a formal tone, you know. A lot of
Hmm.
people get very rude. I've seen very rude, you
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
So that shouldn't happen. So uh, that's a red flag. So
Mhm.
obviously nobody's sitting there to, and you have to be patient. You have to follow up. Again, we miss out on following up. Mass emailing also helps, and
Okay.
yeah, and you have to be patient. Patience is the key.
Okay.
You know, if you are
Yeah.
not patient, you know, people want and people get impatient and they end up taking a wrong decision. अभी तो बहुत clear कर दिया institute ने. पहले तो 2.5 years, the 3-year articleship has a lot of had a very बहुत ज़्यादा ambiguity थी, and especially industrial training में transfer cases and stuff. So
Right.
I believe after this 2 years articleship, a lot of drawbacks which and that's a there's a negative side to industrial training as well. So attempts getting deferred. So I have friends who have got rank in inter and you know articleship अच्छा आता, then industrial training gets so bad and experiences
Okay.
because इतना hectic हो जाता है and you get do not get leaves and then attempt का loop. So ultimately, well, let me put it, CA के लिए industrial training है, but industrial training के लिए CA नहीं है. So that's also be
Okay.
needs to be kept in mind. So I did have a personal experience on that as well, but then
Okay.
it's always necessary to keep in mind. And see, with the coming new pattern, if somebody is not getting a good exposure in articleship, then they should go for industrial training. So I have a lot of friends who have done, you know, articleship from Big Four, and so which I believe in. A lot of mentors, my mentors, whom I believe also are of the opinion कि अच्छा articleship if
Right.
you're getting it Big Four or somewhere good domain, irrespective of the firm, so you should stick there because cream that niche work you learn in the second year of articleship. So आप एक साल में करते हो ना, so I believe
Mhm.
आप किधर की भी नहीं बचते हो, मतलब you do
Right.
not even
Right.
get the exposure to this and even this.
Right.
And again, I'm not a very big fan of tags. People say, so you have a BPCL tag or NSC tag. So
Right.
I always
Right.
say I
Right.
have an Ankush Danuka tag. I do not need any other tag. So that is
Yeah.
how I believe. So
Okay.
because I
So.
don't
Mhm.
काम आना चाहिए because tags
Right.
don't and make you anywhere. So that's good on your LinkedIn and your resume. But when a person talks, वो समझ जाता है कि इस बंदे को काम आता है. So tags don't help.
Right.
ऐसा नहीं है absolutely does not help, but in most cases I've seen tags also getting failed because you should have substance as well. So that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. So that's very motivating lines from you. So thank you for motivating us, Ankush. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So guys, we are moving ahead. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our last guest speaker, CA Bharat Rajatia. He has shown excellence by achieving the prestigious title of Chartered Accountants and having done his industrial training at UBS, currently working at Aditya Birla Capital. Bharat brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to the table. His insight will surely add value to our discussion. With that introduction, I will hand over the audience to CA Bharat Rajatia. Yeah, Bharat, you can start.
Okay. Hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Aswani, for having me. So I'll give a quick introduction of myself. So I'm Bharat, a chartered accountant. Currently, I'm working at Aditya Birla Capital in their investment division. Before joining Aditya Birla Capital, I was doing my industrial training in investment banking division of UBS. I think many might aware about UBS is Swiss Bank, Union Bank of Switzerland. I was working there in leverage capital market. Before joining UBS, I was doing my articleship from one of the boutique firm in Ahmedabad, and I am into kind of derivatives and all the stuff as well. So I did some NISF certifications of equity derivatives on this and that kind of stuff. So coming back to on our topic, so Ashwini, would it be on question answer form or should I go?
Right. Yeah. As per your convenience.
You can we can go on question answer. It would be
Okay. So yeah. Firstly, you have introduced yourself. So, like, guys, I am telling you, CA Bharat Rajatia is my mentor from CA Foundation itself. Like, he guided me a lot and also guiding till now also. So, मैं तो भैया बोलता हूँ, राइट? तो स्टार्ट करते हैं ऐसे, राइट? वन टू वन कन्वर्सेशन. तो सबसे पहले बता दो कि राइट यूबीएस में कैसे हुआ?
Okay. It was luckily I got selected in UBS. You see, in my case, so I'll start from the very beginning. So I was doing my industrial articles in one of the mid-size in the audit and advisory domain. I was particularly interested in finance or maybe investment banking division because, as I
Mm.
said, I am kind of into derivatives and that kind of stuff. So I left that firm. At the time, I was not having the offer of UBS. I was having some offers from Flipkart and kind of some FMCG and IT companies, you can say. Then I just sent, as we all do, I just sent my CV to the head of HR. I tried some reference, but reference doesn't work for me. When I got a call, at that time I was about to join the Flipkart. I'll put the name of company because not an issue for as of now. Then I got a call from UPS. I have given the interview. Interview was quite manageable. They asked something maybe related to derivatives, share market related terms or finance. The terms like the work will be around the investment bank stuff. Interview was very well, and within a very next week, I got a call that you got selected, and I joined the UPS. So it was quite smooth process.
Okay, okay, and right. The second question is how you are managing your that CA final study at that point of time, because
Okay.
because because I have researched a lot that you got very good marks in CA final also.
Okay, I feel I'm not right person to answer this question because I'm kind of the person who wants, or, who like to do the self study. I didn't purchase any lectures or kind of thing, so it's quite difficult to manage the lectures and industry training both at the same time. Because if you are working in investment bank division, then you have to dedicatedly spare some hours for the work. In my case, I was working for America region, so my timing was around the shift start from 1 p.m. in the noon and it's end at 10 p.m. in the night. And depends
Okay,
if there is some big deal coming in, then we have to work till 2 a.m. or 3 in the morning. I remember I just logged out in 5 in the morning as well. So
okay,
it's quite difficult to manage the lectures. I mean the final study and the studying. But it again, it's depend on the team and the product. I was in leverage capital market, so it was quite
okay,
manageable. But if you are working in derivatives, the core derivatives, then working hours will be quite lengthy. So
okay,
to managing the see if you're an RC articleship, many of are you getting the leave of Saturday and Sunday, and many of
okay.
are not. But
Hmm.
in case of industrial training, I think all of the companies are giving the Saturday Sunday off. So you can take the advantage of that leave to complete your final lectures. Then
Okay,
again, coming on leaves part. So earlier it used to be 1.5 years of the industrial training. And generally, if you are doing the industrial training, then company used to provide the leaves of around 3 to 4 months, maximum is 4 months. But that is not a case in articles. In articles, you probably get leaves of 5 to 6 months. But now I guess as per the new scheme, you have to should have gap of around 6 months
okay.
before giving the final and completing your industrial. So leave is not a concern. Uh, yeah, coming on your question, it's a little bit
Yes.
difficult to manage the industrial training and final studies. But if you are working in Big Four, then I'll say if you are coming quick from Big Four to industrial training, then it will be quite manageable for you.
Okay. So, Bharat, do you think tag of Big Four would affect your profile? Any kind, like if I'm sending my resume to any
Mhm.
corporate, then the tag of Big Four would affect or not?
Okay, so let me be frank
It
and
matters or not? Like
yeah, I got it.
because
Question.
you have said that you have done your articleship in like mediocre firm, right? And
Mhm.
then you got UBS. It,
Mhm.
can you share some insight on it?
Yeah. So let me be frank on this question. Basically, the thing is that, yeah, before experience does matter. If you are applying somewhere, then obviously, if you are at a place of interviewers, then you will probably select the person with who are having the before experience. So
Okay,
initial shortlisting criteria of company, there might be some cases that before people, the same person will go to same marks and same history, but one did particles from Big Four, then his CV got shortlisted.
okay,
So there are some kind of we can say there are some preference given to Big Four, but if once your CV got shortlisted, then
Mhm.
it's your duty or you have to impress the interviewer. So in
Okay.
my case, I got shortlisted my CV because of this derivatives and stuff. And then
Mm.
in interview, I think I'll say that you need a common sense and you have to impress the interviewer. That you need to
Right.
convey that I'm really interested to join the company and I'm the right candidate for this job. So
Okay.
then you can manage the things. Yeah, big four does matter, but ultimately, I say until the shortlisting part. Later on, you
Okay.
have to manage the things.
Okay. So again, like you are chartered accountant, so I am asking the question again. So tell me
Mhm.
three things. Your first
Okay.
thing first, your articleship stipend, then UPS stipend, then current package.
Okay. So I did my article from Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad is a metro city, but the stipend is around it is 4, 5, 6 in that kind of pattern.
Right.
Then moving to UBS, I think all of are aware that investment bank firms pays a very hefty amount. So in my case, to be precise, it was a 60,000, and there was a net no tax surprisingly.
Okay.
After becoming CA, I'm working in Aditya Birla Capital. So I'll give the rent for my current. So
Okay.
it is around somewhere around I'll say the range of 13 to 15.
Okay. Okay. That's very nice. Okay. So, Bharat, last thing I would like to ask from you that if I have to prepare for interview for
Mhm.
current for that specific domain in investment banking,
Okay.
that what I need to prepare.
So see, in investment banking, there are multiple domains. I'll give the hierarchy of investment bank firms. So, we are taking example of UBS. See, so UBS, being the one of the largest investment bank in the firm, they are having multiple divisions like investment bank, wealth management, asset management. Now I'm
Mm,
coming down in investment bank division. Investment bank division, they have basically two parts: global market and global banking.
mm,
Global markets, as the name said, there will be product like equities, derivatives, forex, swaps, that kind of stuff. And in global banking, as name said, the banking. So this typical investment bank operate merchant acquisitions, IPO advisory, syndications, loans, leverage capital market. I was into leverage capital market. Now,
right, right, right. Yes.
yeah, so I was mentioning about the this, uh, how to prepare for interview at IB.
Yeah.
So
Yes, yes.
you should have a thorough knowledge of this AFM, and if you are having some extra qualification like I was having at the time the NIC certification or thing, then it's
Mm,
put extra marks for you. Otherwise, I think interview is quite manageable if you are confident and clear on the this, derivatives and kind of part.
okay.
And yeah, one more thing. If you are appearing for the controllership role, then it's very important to mention that see the majority investment banks work for the this America or India region. India is in the Europe and Middle East or this America, this North American South. So
Okay.
they are having reporting requirement in this IFRS and US GAAP. So
Okay.
IFRS is the time it's an important thing. So I'll say that IFRS is very same as compared to this Indian accounting standard. So you should have
Index.
a yes, correct, little bit knowledge of Indes. I'll say the 109, the
Okay.
financial instrument, how this financial instrument are got accounted, be it derivatives or swaps or hedge kind of thing.
Mm, okay. Okay. That's very nice.